In terms of climate resilience strategy for the real estate market, data is really underpins everything. So to have an understanding of how your building is using energy is absolutely the starting point. However, we can't wait for data to be perfect in this sector because there's tenant relationships, there's not all lease agreements in place. So if we were to wait until all data was perfect, we would have missed all of our interim and long-term real estate targets. So as much as data is really important, we do have the use of what we call benchmarks, which are how buildings should theoretically perform for their particular asset type. So we need to start using them. We need to understand how that performance gap, so that's between how a building is designed through to how it's actually operated in practice, what that gap is and how we can make that gap smaller to try and make the building perform as efficiently as possible. But there's kind of two main areas that we focus on, which is physical climate risk. So that's things such as heat stress on a building in warmer climates, or flood risk for areas that have got either sea level rise or urban flooding like you would have in centre of London, for example. And then something called transition risk, which is how exposed your asset is to the fact that it's not what we call decarbonised. So it's about making sure that the building has the lowest energy consumption, best energy efficiency and lowest carbon emissions as possible. Those things together form the main part of what my team do in terms of climate resilience strategy.